Hello and welcome back to Women Who Write. I am here with Miss Gila today, and we just wrapped up our last class in the Radiant Sutras. Hello, Gila.
Hi, yes, I know. It's bittersweet as you said earlier. It's like, wow, I can't believe it's over. And and it it's like because I loved connecting with you and Selma and all of the people that participated with us. And
Hmm.
we went into such depth that was beyond our imagination, both personally
Hmm.
and together.
Yes, I was just stating earlier because I woke up today and I usually don't have headaches, but today my head felt. It was like barely functioning. So I was like, oh dear, we have our class. I'm hanging on by a thread today. And so as soon as we started, it's like as soon as we started, my headache was just melted away. And it was one of those headaches that are like blinding. And it just melted away. And it's like the sunshine came out. And I know it's the power of poetry. It is literally a healing power. So I feel so much better and I got so inspired and so much came back online. Like, we talked about this before, like through this whole course and process of Radiant Sutras, like you have been through war in Israel, like like you've had bombs going off by your community. It's like it's been a lot, right?
Yeah, it really has. And so have you. You went through that crazy storm, where many people didn't. I hope everything's closer to normal, but you said it was going to take maybe years for everything to get back, right?
Yeah, it's definitely no, nothing is normal. And that's the thing is that nothing is normal. And I kind of wonder like when I don't even think of those terms like when our thing is going to be normal anymore. But what I do hold on to is what can we create? Like this, creating this group and having all these amazing participants and writing poetry and getting back to our soul and reminding each other of our soul, like to me, that was like the golden thread that really it just kept me going. And and I hope others felt the same too, because there's just been so much going on. I don't even want to turn on like anything anymore. I just want to be more in a quiet space. But it's been such a powerful experience to have a container that holds you through the whole process for the poets and the attendees, and also for us, who are leading it. I think there's something like we look at the world and things are not normal. And I'm not asking it to be normal because, there's a lot of changes happening. So we can't always just go out and just change the world and tell it to be normal. We have to create some normalcy in our own lives and some structures that really empower us and keep our soul alive during, tough times.
Yeah, wow. So beautifully said. I totally agree. And I want to also honor you and witness you for walking through all that you've been through and still want to continue. Because I remember asking you, I was like, "Are you sure?" And you were very determined. So I want to thank you for holding the container with us um, in the midst of the chaos that was going on. And I totally agree. And I also want to share, just coming out of the course as well, just the power of your prompts and the depths that it went to help us to actually create that sense of peace within our souls, that sense of wonder and hope that really exists every minute of our day, but it's sometimes difficult, as you mentioned, to get there. And I felt like in every class, we were able to do that together as a group. And yeah, that was just like a blessing, a really beautiful blessing.
Yeah, I thank you so much for that, Gila. And Selma, like I really appreciate how she started each and every call, with this meditative. kind of journey that she brought us through, it helped to ground back into the body, back into ourselves, and get back connected to our being so we could be present. And I thought that was really important part of our process. Like I just can't imagine having done it without Selma starting with that beautiful, precious meditation each and every time. It was like a gem, like it really sparked the creative process for us, I think. It's like we were warming up with that, and then you came in and brought so much juicy goodness of the themes, and then we do the prompts, and it was just such a beautiful process. And I am grateful for collaboration and community. We have to find ways to fill ourselves and keep our souls sparked and warm and going, and it just was all of that and more. And I'm grateful we have our replays, so if anybody wants those, you can reach out to us. But also, I think we also talked about how important it is to have like really a community where we can be creative and drop into, check in with. Sometimes we just need a check-in.
Yeah, I think that really helped us as as co-leaders in this course to check in with each other, just, outside of what was going to happen next in our course, but also just to kind of connect with each other as writers, as poets. And I feel like it's super important to have that community because though the writing is, somewhat of a solo process, we need each other's feedback. We need each other
Hmm.
to just witness each other in the process because it can be as we go deeper within ourselves and even more vulnerable, it can be sometimes scary or even just like the right word. Am I
Hmm.
am I expressing, how is this, how are you understanding it? I think that's really important as a writer, to get the feedback and also to allow people to hear you, to speak your words of truth and and
Mm.
and witness and honor you. And I felt like this group, and our sessions outside of the course was really helpful because it did that, and it kept me going and gave me a lot of you know power to continue to the next course, the next session. It was like a lifeline.
Mm. Yes, and amazing how we just had this spark to do another course, but you know, that would be like a lifeline for writers, a place where they could drop in and kind of drop it all, bring it in, and then kind of come and have a streamline to move forward with their personal projects because we did witness the power of the writing community and how it just propels us forward, how it gives us courage, how not gives us, it lends us the courage and the encouragement because everybody is so encouraging. And there's something about reading your work out loud. It almost, it's almost like yeah, there's something so beautiful about reading it because when you're in a space where people are in a non-judgment zone, there's a lot of room to feel safe, and then you're like, oh, okay, I felt good about that. I can put this in my book. I can do this. I can do that. I think creatives need a lot more encouragement than people think. I think creatives are so creative, but they need love and encouragement. They need support. They need a place to land where they know there's a consistency. Consistency seems to be really, really important, don't you think?
Yeah, it is very, very important, and especially because we usually do these things on our own, and it's hard to have what's the word I'm thinking of? Um, I can't think of the right word, but it's consistency and also the like you have like a responsibility to the other person. You know, you're because you said you were going to show up. I
Hmm.
can't think of the right word, but I know when I've been, when I was coaching more, a few years ago, a lot of people who were working on books were talking to me because they needed someone to just share their ideas and someone to just like have some feedback, because it's such a solitary process. And I really feel like a community where you can drop in a couple of times a month, share your ideas, get excited to meet each other, just like we're coming into a
Hmm.
cafe and you have and think out loud. I think, and because we also give each other, like you said, these seeds of creativity, these seeds to like, continue on our process. I feel like it's so needed. I mean, I definitely need it, and I know
Yeah.
there's so many people out there that would want to do that. I've met many of them, so
Yes, yes. This is something that's beautiful because there's an energy of momentum. Um, Sometimes it's hard to just, pick yourself up and do your own project, and that's okay. Like we all have these divine sparks of inspiration, but we need to like water that garden,
Mhm.
the nutrients, nurture it, and everything in this life takes time. Nothing happens, it doesn't just happen. You have to give it the love and the support and the courage and all of the things it needs to grow and to come into a completion process. So, I think we talked about starting in April and holding a 3-month container just to start and see how that
Mhm.
feels, meeting twice a month, getting some momentum going. So it would be perfect for someone who is either just thinking about starting writing, so they just need like a jump start, or somebody that's in the middle. Sometimes in the middle of a project, we could get a little sticky because we just need that extra encouragement to move forward. And sometimes even at the end of a project, there may be, a few doubts or questions or wanting to do some rewrites or whatnot. So it doesn't really matter what stage you're in, if you're just starting or if you're at the end. But I think the most important thing is knowing that you're going to have allies, that you have resources and allies to help you move forward and come closer and deeper into your work and really feel that it is truly possible to get to the finish line, because sometimes we just need that jump start. So I think they would probably be, well, our classes for the poetry were like, up to 90 minutes or a little or longer.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I think that's right. I think, even seasoned writers or novice writers, just as you were sharing, and you have your publishing house. I've published a few books, and I think that and even if you have, like, I think there's always new things coming up and new ideas, and it's just a really great place to connect with others who are, even if you're in different genres, it's like,
Yeah.
I think there's such a synergy that happens, that if this even slightly interests, I think it's important to see it through, because we never know where that next spark is going to be, and if something is stirring, we need to follow all those little inklings.
Absolutely. The words that came to me were seeds of hope. Like we're just
Mm.
planting those seeds because look, we're in winter, but we know that spring is going to come. We know that summer is
Mhm.
going to come. We know that the sun is going to shine again. And it's like we just have to kind of be patient, keep working through it, keep nurturing what we have. And um it's going to be a really sweet journey together because it always is.
Yes, yes,
It
totally.
is. And then I think, we can talk about publishing. I can also do a, bonus class about publishing. And we could just have resources so that people feel that it's possible. There's a lot of secret writers out there, you know. Um,
Yes,
and
yes, and I encourage all of those secret writers to join us, inviting you, because we were those
yeah.
people too at one point in our lives, listening in and thinking, oh, someday. And then we took that leap of faith. But I would have loved to have a community like this when I took
Yes.
the leap of faith, in
Like,
retrospect.
oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? It's so funny how like I wanted this, so I we created this, right? Like with the publishing house, the funny part about starting it, it was a few different inspirations, but one of the inspirations that activated me was because I joined and paid a lot of money to join a collaborative book, and the guy just ran away and never did it, and I never got to do my collaborative book, and also I lost my money, and I was like, oh, why?
Oh my
And so,
God.
but then Spirit's funny because Spirit's like, you know, this happened to activate you so that you could move forward and create the thing that you actually wanted to be a part of. It's about you stepping into leadership. Like you
Mhm.
wanted to join that because you wanted to be part of it, but now you're going to create something safe and beautiful and loving and empowering the way that you wanted. You're going to give what you wanted away. And I
That's
think that's so true. Like we learn like we learn what our desires are. Like I had a desire to be part of a creative community. I had a desire to be part of a collaborative book, so I ended up doing it myself. But just like we wanted these creative spaces, we crave them, we desired them, so we're manifesting our desires and empowering others in the process because we know that we're not the only ones with those desires. There are so many others who desire a safe haven, a support group for writers really where they can be encouraged, and it's like this is what's needed. We are needing safe places in different areas. Like perhaps there are, there's many painting classes or dance classes, but I feel more and more that community is the answer during challenging times when it looks and feels like the world is quite literally falling apart, that we can fall together into a safe and sacred space of co-creation. And it's just so beautiful. So we can take all those hardships and make something great out of it and find our way. We're finding our way and we're starting that now. So guys, you just heard it. We're going to be doing our ongoing community writing group in April. So if you're interested, do reach out. We would love to have you join us.
Yes, yes, definitely. And we will be, as we have more details, we'll be coming on again and sharing all that with you. So we'll put our emails in here so you can reach out to us or just comment. And we'll definitely connect with you. We're so excited to do this.
Yes, and I really want you to read your epic poem to close because it touched my heart and soul, and I want everyone to hear it.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll read the prompt first, so that they know what I was writing about, and then I will read it. So the prompt was the way the earth holds you. And we were asked to write about the way the ground feels beneath our bare feet or the way the soil embraces roots. Compare this to a deep, passionate connection. So what I wrote was the earth holds me in a deep, connected embrace. I can hear the magnetic force igniting my heart, her soft soil beneath my feet, nourishing every cell in my body and all the beings on the planet. Grounding me in her protective waters. She is a giver of life, consistently showing me the ways to grow and expand, taking me into her caves and the vastness of her ocean and sky. Secrets revealed in my ears and a constant invocation to connect to the heavens. All of it is available above and below, pulsating in my veins. I am a steward of the earth. She sustains me.
Wow. I could listen to that over and over again. Every time it just, whew, so much truth and so much power in that poem. Thank you so much for sharing. I am blown away what the kind of poetry that people can write in one class. It's mind-boggling.
Thank,
some people
thank you
spend
so
like,
much. Yeah, I
months writing a
totally.
poem like that. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's incredible. We don't even know, we don't know we don't use our full capacity. And I feel like in these gatherings, when we connect in community, we lose, we're not conscious in terms of like, we're not fully like holding ourselves back. We just allow it to flow. And I feel like that's that potentiality that continually gets to go further.
Mm.
Um, so thank you so much. And thank you for just being you because you helped me to write this. And I feel like we do it together to like, as you said earlier, or maybe in the class, that it's like an activation. So we activate each other to go, deeper into our consciousness and to also move into that higher space as we create these new communities of forging, revolutionary paths. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's really what I feel it's about. The creativity is forging a new path, and we need to do that together.
Aho, sister, aho. Oh, thank you so much for all of that. I mean, it is so true. We are forging a new path together and we are better together. So, thank you all for tuning in today. We'll put some information below and just reach out to us. We don't bite. We'd love to hear from you. And we're just going to keep the creativity flowing and going. And until next time, much love. Bye for now.
Bye.